Baby, put your records on. Why do you laugh?
Oh, no, because you're looking at me. You're looking at me and smiling, so I was looking at you and smiling.
Ah,
that's just human behavior, Lorazy.
Oh, I thought you were gonna tell a joke or something. You're playing with your mic.
I know, I'm playing pocket pool. What's it called? Bah. Not sure what is going on.
But
here,
those aren't the balls, that's the twig.
Oh. Okay.
You don't have any berries.
I'm not gonna fuck with it anymore. Let's see.
Playing with my twigs and berries.
Let's see. Is that too loud? No?
I don't think so. Hey, like you got a nice jacket and I have like a little sweatshirt on. My hoodie. Dang, bro.
You want me to put a sweatshirt on? I can.
No, I like your
I just had
jacket.
a t-shirt without the bra. The same little t-shirts. So I just threw this on.
Yeah, I'm wearing a little sleeveless dress.
Oh, so you're wearing a dress?
Well, it's like a cotton loungy kind of type dress, not like a dress, like a
you lounge with dresses? In dresses, I should say.
Yeah.
That's pretty girly. That's good, Larissa. Yeah.
It's more like a long cottony comfort.
Okay.
It's not like a dress, like a, slinky. When I think of a dress, I think of like a black dress that's form-fitting and it shows all your bones.
When I think of a dress, I think of anything that's doesn't cover your crotch. And then if it's short, it's a skirt.
Okay.
I think so. I have a lot of allergies. I took an allergy medication. So if I'm drowsy, wake me up, Larissa.
Your eyes are like.
You know, I don't really take medication, and I try not to, but I couldn't breathe, and I had a situation going on where this side of my nose had its own life, and it was like whistling and talking and shit. And it's like, what's happening here? So anyway, hey, what was I going to tell you? Did you hear that Twitter's about to wants to charge for premium posts? What the fuck does that mean, bro? I'm telling you, bro, everybody wants to charge for everything now. I feel like we give so much free, amazing, worthy content. And these IO cats and kittens one day are going to recognize that this is some good stuff that we're giving you for free. They want to
listen. They're going to have to pay like $1.99.
Yeah, dollars, shit, like 10.
In dollars. I know. I was looking at movies. $10 a month. I wanted to rent a movie. A movie. I said movie, not a show.
Not a show. Aw, Larisi.
And it was like, I think Prime Video or something. They wanted you to pay like $20 to rent a movie.
Holy shit. What? $20? Jesus.
Something, maybe it was 15, but I was like, are you kidding? $20 I think $3.99 to rent something is a lot.
That's true. So
I'm like, shoot, I'll just, go somewhere else. Or go to, what do you call it? Redbox?
Usually I use Redbox if there's something that I can't find anywhere else and it's just for like a one-timer thing, Like a one-night stand is Redbox.
One-night stand?
No, that's not funny? Because you only use it one time and you're not gonna use it
Oh,
again.
okay, I get it. I thought you were talking about a movie called One Night Stand.
Oh no. Let me turn on my
Sorry,
cord.
I've had a lot of bad allergies too. My face was all blotchy this morning and my eyes were watering. It's nice though today. It was like I went outside and I was like, oh, it's sunny. Got some sun.
It was windy over here.
Well, it's still windy, but at least it wasn't cold.
Oh, yeah, it hasn't really been cold.
Because last night, I don't remember what I did.
Did you have a box of wine?
No, I had some rum and Coke. And I decided to make this like stir fry with tilapia.
Sounds good. Sounds delicious, actually.
And I put an egg but I made it too spicy. Too spicy, yeah. I added red pepper because it was like really, I kept tasting it and it was bland. So it was like, but I put too much in it and I was like, maybe that's why my nose is running because of the red pepper. But then the night before, I ordered McDonald's.
Oh.
Yes. And it actually made my stomach hurt and I had a poo-poo.
Like a bad one?
I had a big old poo-poo. Yeah, my stomach hurt and I was like, I think it was Friday night. No, yeah, Friday night. And no, it was Thursday night. Because salud. Dang,
Thank you.
You need like some caffeine or something?
Ooh, that shit was crazy hot. Maybe I should make some. Maybe I'll make coffee and I'll throw some Baileys in there or something.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
A hot toddy and shit. Ooh.
But yeah, it hurt my stomach and I was doing my work stuff and I had to run in there and it was like explosive poo-poo.
Oh, damn. Oh.
And all day my stomach was like, because I had McDonald's and I think it was the fries or they had this hot sauce. It was called Mighty Hot Sauce, but it was gross. It tasted more like vinegary hot sauce. I think that's probably what made my stomach hurt. But
probably a combination of that and whatever else you ate there. Because, I mean, let's face it, who knows what the fuck they're giving us.
I know. But it was, oh my God, it was so good. And then after I ate it, I was like, oh, that was gross. But it was good.
That's the thing that
I felt gross.
It's like the opposite of, it's not the opposite, but you know how wasabi is not like chili. Like wasabi hits you in one, like boom, 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 in like a minute, yeah. And then it goes away. It's just super intense in that minute, and then it goes away, and it's kind of the same. Do you know what I mean? Or no?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. I made some tortellini.
Oh, with like what, pesto or what is that?
Just Italian seasoning and butter. Oh, and I made some Brussels
Wilson sprouts. Nice.
I browned them with garlic and butter in my little thing.
Air fryer?
You look like you're really high.
I'm listening to you, homie. No, well, oh man, I ordered Buffalo Wild Wings actually. So I ate some wings and my mouth was so hot. It was like intensely hot. It went away. And maybe that's why when I drank that whiskey, like all my taste buds were all like, what the fuck, dude? Wait a minute, man.
What are you doing? I had wings. Now I have some. What did you have a shot of?
Woodford Reserve.
Oh.
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, Woodford Reserve, distilled, selected from Kentucky, obviously. Oh, so Louisiana.
Well, I had some Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio. It's a dry white wine, but it's very tasty.
Oh.
Not too hard on the stomach.
I have some wine. I should open some wine up. Yeah, I'm going to open some wine on our next break. Anyway, coming up next to the...
we ever get there.
After our sponsors. Yeah, you're right. Let's get this shit started. Testing, 1 2 1 2, test 1 2 1 2. ¿Qué onda, way? We are the Bodega Cats.
Bad cats.
It's lit, way. And I don't know what the fuck we're doing, but for some reason I feel like Larissa and I should be the ones to start it. I am 50-foot peaches.
Larissa is in the house.
Hey. And of course, Crochet Bernie.
Oh yeah.
The 1% will always tell us about healthcare is not a privilege, it's a right. Hey, where's the applause? Where's the applause, motherfuckers? God damn it. Applause for goddamn Bernie, you bastards. Fuck.
Oh, mine's lost his glasses, man.
Oh, guess what? I guarantee you I know who did it.
Who?
Tess.
You think?
Yeah, because so I left mine on my table where I have like the microphone and all this stuff, and everything was fine the next day. And then I had an incident, which I will talk about in a minute, that I thought was worthy for me to look into my cameras to see how it looked, how bad it was from other people's point of view. And then I found a shot of my cat going up and smelling Bernie and trying to like grab him. But the next day, like I said, he looked fine. He just looked sitting like normal. So I don't know how, but he just got his glasses and he was fucking with them. And I found him on the side of the stove.
I don't know. Taz is like an old man. I don't know if he plays with anything anymore.
No?
I think they just fell off because I had him up on my little screen thing. And he like fell in the middle of the night. So when I came in here this morning, he was all like this on the ground. Like he had a bad fall and he couldn't get up.
Oh my God, Lord Racy. I guess you want to just for those of those IO cats and kittens that are just 9-minuters, you just perfect segue. I fell down on my kitchen the other day, and it's pretty embarrassing, but it was bad, bro. My shoulder's killing me. That's why also when you said like I look, it's been bad. I'm like, oh, I've been doing everything like with one arm. I can't even like pull up my pants when I go to the bathroom. I have to do it with one arm because I can't go like this backwards with this arm. So it's
what happened?
Well, remember after the last podcast? So I Cats and Kittens stopped watching, obviously, when we stopped recording, but you and I continue to relax and chill and party, kind of, you know.
Okay.
Larissa and I basically had a Zoom club party.
Okay, and now it's all coming back.
Yeah, so I guess afterwards, you know, I don't know what happened. Maybe I made a crazy move as I was like sliding through the kitchen and shit. And it was kind of like when, you know, those cartoons when you step on the banana. like that, bro, like that bad. But I landed on my shoulder. So I'm like, oh shit. And it was bad. I was like, oh. But anyway, I've been hurt. I've been like injured this whole week, bro.
Oh man, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
And this week was fucking busy at work, bro. This week was like
I know.
Super intense. So I feel like finally my body's like, oh, can we rest?
Yeah,
But now,
I don't know what I'm saying.
Are your human eyes.
It's gone through, like, this week just flew like a jet airliner, like zoom. And then it's Friday. And then I'm like, oh crap, I got to do my homework.
Oh. And then, I thought you were telling us a story about it.
Oh no, it was just I feel like I talked all this week, just nonstop, like blah blah blah. So this morning, I turned on the music. I just turned on music, and I was just like mellow. I was like, I should clean, but I didn't.
I did. You know, I've been feeling like there's like this piss smell. And I'm like, it's either me or Tenoch. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I cleaned the shit out of his litter box, like scrubbed it, bro, every inch of it. And I have one of those close ones. So I took it apart, scrubbed everything, cleaned everything, put, new litter, obviously. And I feel the smell in the house is so much better, even though like there's like old smell from like, tubing and stuff like that. Like, what do they call pipes? Not tubing, pipes and stuff like that. But other than that, like, I'm like so happy with it because I was smelling like, holy fuck. Like I thought maybe a skunk piss, somewhere around the house or something. It was bad, but I'm so happy I cleaned it.
Yeah, well, I did that. I did it on Thursday because my trash comes on Friday morning. So I try to, so it's not stinking up my trash can. And so I cleaned out. He has 2 litter boxes.
Who?
My cat.
Why?
Because he's been peeing.
Bougie?
What?
Because he's bougie?
Well, I think it's when I had my niece's dog was over here and he wouldn't come out of the room. So I just put the cat litter box in there and I just kept it in there. But he was peeing on, if I left an article of clothing like on the floor, he would pee on it. So I'm like, well, maybe he needs another cat litter box. So
he's just being defiant. In the laundry room.
Yeah, I think he's just being a little crapper.
Literally. Well.
Wait.
Well, no, I don't know what I was gonna say, bro, but that's crazy. I think. Hold on. Oh, I thought I was gonna sneeze.
You pinched it out.
Hold on.
That sounds like a crap. You pinched it out. Dang.
That felt good.
And I think things were sort of kind of, well, the wind and dust and all the leaves is probably causing.
I guess so. I opened the door earlier a little bit just to get some fresh air. And then I got hot when I was setting up for the pot. So I turned the fan on. So maybe, I don't know, bro. But anyway, what's going on? There's so much going on last week, though, that we want to at least touch on. That's what she said. Just kidding. That all of a sudden sounded very...
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Me Too movement and shit. Just kidding.
I just want to touch the tip of it.
Oh,
That's what she said.
Not the shaft.
Speaking of shaft, not just kidding. I saw a commercial. I've been watching a commercial that they're gonna have this Superman show, and it's about, I guess, him having a family with Lois Lane, and they have teenage sons. Bro, who wants to watch that shit? Like, that's a soap opera. I don't want to watch. That's a soap opera with where the husband is a superhero. So instead of being the Prince Charm or whatever they call, like the knight in shining armor, it's a fucking superhero. Nobody wants to see fucking Superman. And like, we already hate the fact that Lois Lane is his weakest link, his weakest spot, where just her can make him so weak. And now you're going to show us his whole family with teenagers and like teenage problems in life. Bro, that sounds disgusting, bro.
That's not a superhero.
That's like a soap opera, bro. It's like excuse me. We're going to watch like the daily problems of Superman, bro. Are you kidding me? It's like, I don't know. But I was watching looking at my sandal because I don't know where I stepped on, but it has like a little orange sticker. And if I take it off, it's going to be super sticky. So I'm going to pick up whatever I stepped on. So I was like, I'll just leave the little orange sticker in it. But anyway, the Superman show, I feel like, and then he looks like, I'm pretty sure he's buff on the body, but when you don't see, like when you see him neck up, he looks like a combination of, I don't know who to tell you, like Joaquin Phoenix and someone like that.
Oh.
You know, I love Joaquin Phoenix for a lot of reasons, that other work that he has done, but especially for the Joker. But that's not who Superman should be. You know what I mean? Like, that's Joaquin Phoenix has a totally creepy, different type of look. But anyway, he looks terrible, and this show's terrible. And whoever thought that we want to see the fucking Married with Children version of Superman, fuck no.
Love and marriage.
Love and marriage. And I love Married with Children, but not. I already can barely tolerate Superman as part of DC.
Yeah, it's true.
But anyway,
I was gonna watch some porn, but then I got high. Sorry.
Were you gonna watch some porn?
I was going to, but I got distracted. I don't know. I keep getting distracted by like all the things I have to do. Like, porn is not an essential.
You gotta make time for your mental and spiritual and physical wellness, bro. And porn is part of that. Actually, probably all three of those.
I've been watching like the animated porn with
ooh, I like those.
The monsters, and he's got like a huge shaft. It's like the Chrysler building or something. And the girls, no, I was just exaggerating, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Like the big monster, and the girl like takes the whole thing in her mouth. I'm like, really?
And also when she takes it in her pussy, is like, if that was real life, she'd be destroyed, bro. Like, destroyed. There's no fucking way. She's just like, no, bro. She'd be like, oh my fucking God. Tell my mother I love her.
Like when he shoots his waddy, like he would if
yeah.
Like shoot her across the room.
Bro, I was just telling someone, and it's only gonna, like, sorry, IO cats and kittens that are not watching YouTube, but I was just telling someone about how I saw this meme, and it was a girl going like this, and it's basically like she's about to like spit something out of her mouth or puke or something, and it said, when you keep telling him to have a better diet, but he won't. Oh, bro, that was so disgusting to me, because I just started thinking of all my homeboys, or like everybody, or my homegirls that have told me like all the different textures and smells, and like, I just like, Oh, bro, no. Please, like, stop eating asparagus. At least, like, add pineapple to your diet if you're gonna eat asparagus and drink
Or
Dr. Pepper and shit.
they say Jolly Ranchers.
I don't know about that. Isn't that like just what are they made of? Aren't they made of? They have horse hoofs.
Oh shit! Don't tell me that.
I thought so.
No, maybe gelatin,
They have gelatin in there.
but that's not from horse hooves. It's probably from animal fat.
Okay,
though.
Lorisi.
Not horse hooves.
Okay. All right.
Show me the proof.
All right, tell me a story so I can look it up.
Once upon a time, Lorisi
Once
was
upon a time, long time ago, I was a hoe, and I'm in it. Have you ever heard that song?
yes, I was a hoe. Now I'm a hoe, and I'm old, and I'm an old hoe.
What? No, once you're old, you should not be a hoe anymore.
Oh.
No.
Well, it's like a leisurely hoe.
That's not being a hoe. That's more like I mean, at this point, you should just be able to get whatever you want, not hoe around.
Actually, you're promiscuous.
You mean like you just have all kinds of different dicks every day? Is that what you're saying to us?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a hoe.
Oh no. No, I guess I'm not a hoe.
Hey,
Just
what was I
one.
looking up, bro? What was it gonna prove you wrong?
If Jolly Ranchers had horse hooves.
Oh yeah, hold on. No, gelatin. You said gelatin didn't have it. How do you spell gelatin, bro?
Gelatin. Gelatin.
Okay.
Gelatinous. It's gelatinous material.
Oh my God. This is the second time that this is happening to me. And I wouldn't tell you unless, the first time already happened.
What?
This is what it says. Let me read it to you. This is on Google. Urban legend claims that gelatin comes from horse or cow hoofs. This is the first thing that popped up when I searched it. Though that's not exactly true. The collagen in gelatin does come from boiling the bones and hides of animals processed for their meat, usually cows and pigs. But hooves consist of a different protein.
Yeah.
So this is the second time that I was like telling the story, like, bro, don't you know that blah, blah, blah? And they're like, what? I was like, let's look it up. And it's like, it is an urban legend that I'm like, I feel like I'm getting to an age where now all the shit that they used to tell us when I was young is getting proven wrong. So now it's like, nah, when you go out, if you don't wear socks and the floor is cold, you might get a stroke.
A stroke?
That's what they used to tell us.
Oh, well, or you might get sick,
or when half of your face gets like paralyzed. What's it called? Cerebral palsy, or or that
cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy or embolism.
System.
One of those.
System.
So my grandma used to say that whenever you go from cold to hot, especially your feet or your chest, you would get one of those.
Or like cold, like if you go outside with wet hair.
Yeah.
You get sick. But that's really not true.
But that's what I'm telling you, is one of those things.
It actually lowers your temperature if your hair is wet. And so your chances of getting sick might be greater because your temperature is lowered.
What? I've never heard that part of it.
It's a fact.
Okay, Lorisi, we're gonna take
No,
it as like
germs make you sick. And that's why in the winter, because, you know, people are inside and it's warm and germs breed.
Shut up!
You're like,
Shut up!
shut up. Shut up. You talking to me?
huh?
You talking to me? Telling me to shut up? The hell?
Just kidding, Lorisi. I need another drink. Are you down?
Yeah, I need some wine.
Some of them,
wine.
I'm gonna open up.
You're gonna fall asleep now. Another shot, and then you're like, oh.
No, on the contrary, wouldn't it be the opposite?
Ooh. On the contrary, because alcohol is a depressant, isn't it?
Not to me. Shit. Don't you remember last podcast?
Not to me.
Last podcast, my neighbors were probably like, shut the fuck up. It was probably not until I fell that I was like, ugh. And I went to the couch and just kind of like started watching TV because what am I supposed to do after that? I'm like,
I can just see you. I know you were like, you were partying and I was like this on the couch and you were like,
I was dancing and shit. I was like, yeah.
I was all like on the couch.
That's how it was good. All right, let me get some wine in order to be classy. And sit next to Bernie.
Here, put your records on.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Why?
I hear you.
Can't sing? I was just singing.
Oh.
Have you ever heard that song by something like Mitt Romney?
Mitt Romney?
No, but he's it sounds like it, but it's Mitt Romney, but his name is Rit Mommy or something like that.
Interesting. I've never heard of that.
He talks about, girl, put your records on. These two girls are double dutching and it smells so sweet. More things that come across, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
I've heard that before, but I doubt that they came up with it.
Oh, I know, but it's just this, the whole, like, I was making up a little dance to it, like,
oh,
because it's not like a rap song, it's just kind of like a ballad song. So but the music is like, and I was like, so I wanted to make a TikTok to it.
Did you make it?
Just to be, because no one else has made it. Like, usually do it to like rap songs or songs that are like pop, lock. No, I didn't. I haven't made it. But
oh, that's a good idea, though. I get what you're saying.
I just want to be different, you know?
Well, that's what I've been telling you this whole time. You know, my big old problem with TikTok was that whole deal with everybody's copying each other and watching each other do things. I don't get that shit. And for somebody that doesn't have talent and that's not unique, I guess I get it. You know, they have to copy people. But for someone that does have that shit, is like, the hell are you doing? You know, like there's so much like creativity that happens every day.
Yeah.
And even, you know, I think we were talking about it last podcast, that even if there's like 100 million, you know, whatever words, everybody eventually will come up with all the possible arrange or like, you know, ways of putting them together. So thoughts are not really like stolen, or like ideas are not really stolen, you know. It's just like you got like an orange and a stick, and eventually everybody's going to think of all the possible scenarios you could do with it, you know? Does that make sense or no?
Yeah, I was just thinking of an orange and a stick.
I mean, how much can you do with it, right?
I get you.
But you could do, but you could actually do a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, Lori's.
What she
Well,
said.
that's deep thoughts.
Super
by
deep.
Lorisi and Peaches.
That's right. You better recognize we are not even at the hour and we're already giving you some deep thoughts and shit.
Some deep gems, some diamonds, some rubies, some rare. So diamonds, would you think they were rare now? I would think like a sapphire, a ruby. To me, that's like stands out more than a diamond, don't you think?
Well, yeah. It depends on where you put the diamond, I think, you know, how that is what makes like a piece of jewelry with diamonds stand out. But
if you put a diamond up your butt, no,
you probably feel filthy rich. Probably. I mean,
no, it's coal. My dad used to say,
your asshole is hot. Say,
your asshole's so tight. If you put a piece of charcoal up there, he'll poop out a diamond.
It'll polish it into a diamond.
Because, you know, your asshole's like you're a cheapskate. Or like a cheapskate. You're tight with your money. Have you ever heard that expression?
Yeah, but not with connected to the asshole.
Oh.
That's funny though.
Funny things.
Well. So look, I definitely had a like crazy busy week. I could still be working if I wanted to because there's a work didn't stop, you know, on Friday. And I could tell her Reezy did too because I sent her a text after the Tiger Woods incident. And you know, 50 for Peaches always knows about all the gossip and everything before most anybody. And I tell her, and this is a bad joke, I get it, but I tell her, do you think they were chasing him with a golf club again? And Lorisi replies something like, what? And I'm like, Tiger Woods? And then she replies, okay. And I'm like, you know, because of the accident? And she replies, oh. And I'm like, okay, damn, Lorisi, like, fuck you then. And then like later on, Lorisi, this just happened. And like this stuff that happened for her, you know, at work and stuff. So she starts venting, but I'm like, well, damn, say something. And I'll be like, oh, I don't think, okay, whatever, bitch.
I didn't mean it to sound like that. But I was like, I hadn't seen the thing that he had the accident. So I Googled it and I was like, oh, okay. But I was super busy. And then I got this evaluation that said like, I suck, like I'm not prepared and I don't help any of my people. And I was like, what? I was just so like hurt. Like, why would someone say that? Like, oh yeah, I have bad days, but do you have to put that? Like, can you be more, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucked up, bro. That's super fucked up.
People are haters. And then I looked at it again and I was like, you know, it was one or two people that are just maybe had a bad day when they filled out that survey or whatever. I'm like, I'm not going to let it define who I am. And, you know, I'm not perfect, but I try to work on my shit. So
everybody should be.
But yeah, I just looked at how the question was set up, and it's set up for us to kind of be critiqued, like yeah,
what did you
so,
find wrong about this?
yeah.
So you feel like obligated to find something. Sometimes I find myself like, and then I'm like, wait a minute, and I just put NA, like, nah, you know. But a
And
lot of
then they'll
people, it does that to you. Like, what are you supposed to? What went wrong? You got to think of something, you know. So I get what you're saying, and that's super fucked up. And the person who made the evaluation should kind of like look at that shit. But I don't know, bro.
every year, like the same thing happened, and it was worse. More people were upset, and so it was like maybe 6 people out of like 18. But now it was just 2-3 people out of 25. So
Huh.
I'm like, whatever. I can't let it cause me to just, you know, stop what I'm doing. And I can learn from it, I guess. You know, I'll just be better prepared and actually just give more feedback or whatever. So I'm like, okay, if you want more feedback, I'll give you more feedback, bitch.
That's true. I mean, that's true, bro. That's all you could do. I mean, just keep doing it, you know? Keep doing your thing.
But there's some bitches out there that just, you know what? I was reading this, I can't remember where it was. You know, people's brains are hardwired for the negative. You have to actively work to be positive. Like it takes more
work.
It takes more
energy,
effort to be positive rather than to just, because I mean, you know, this is a negative ass world, you know. I could think of many things just to be negative about, but it really takes, you know, kind of just brain power to think of something like, you know.
Brain and emotional.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, no, for sure, bro. 100%. That's the way it is. It's, you just gotta have to be strong in not only like physical way. Because, yeah, because if you're strong physically or whatever, you know, you're still gonna have to be strong to be able to put up with certain things that are just like emotional roller coaster motherfuckers.
And you know, I was speaking of just being a strong person, you know, at the end of the podcast we were talking about, because when I was born, I was one of 5Zs, and I was you were saying there was research out there, probably in research files with quintuplets. And so I Googled it, and back when I was born, I don't think they had like enough research, or especially why like they were stillborn. So I don't, but I bet I'm in some clinical trial where, because I Googled quintuplets where only one survived, and there was lots of, like, there was this one research where like 3 lived and 2 died, and it was in like Russia or Czechoslovakia. So, and way back, you know, when I was born, I won't say when I was born, but before they, you know, they had to put all those like records in, because remember when did you ever go to the library and look up something under microfiche?
What is that?
It's like a file, and you take the little file and you put it on this old.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, and then you just like those. You can like see the images like newspapers. Yeah, yeah. Those are cool.
Gosh,
they still have some of those in certain libraries, no? Like real hardcore libraries. They should have some of those. What's happening?
I haven't been to the library in
Oh,
a long
yeah, me
time.
neither. The last time I was at the library, it was just the last 20 times I was at the library, I parked there because it was the closest location next to the club I was going to. So it was at night. I used their parking lot, but it was safe, you know? So I parked at the library.
The library.
And then went to the library club. Nah, just kidding. That place is so ratchet. Yes, that's true. But anyway, Laurici, so what else? What else happened this week?
I had a dream. I had a dream. I sound like Martin Luther the King.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. I did something really stupid. We have this platform that we use for our people that we work with. And I sent, they're called goals, and you.
Yeah, like what do you want to say? Like, let's say in a more simplified way.
The people that I work with, they have to work on goals and stuff. And I sent this goal to everyone in the group, which is like 130 people.
Okay.
And so I got all these emails saying, why did you send me this?
Oh, so it was an accident. You were supposed to send this to one person and you sent it to.
Well, I thought it was my goal that I was working on, but I sent it to everybody. And so they were all snotty, like, why did you send this to me? You're not even, like my supervisor or whatever, like all snotty. And I was like, oh, it was a mistake. I'm sorry. Just delete it if you can. And she's like, well, if you could delete it, that would be great. I'm like, well, I'm trying to figure, I don't know how to delete it. And by the way, we won't ever send you a goal or whatever, because you have to put in your own goal because it's your goal in your classroom or whatever. And so it was a total mistake. But I had this same, I know this person, I know her because she's been with our program for a long time. And she was in my dream, and she took me to court in my dream.
Oh shit, Judge Judy?
Yeah. And she was yelling at me like, you're not my boss, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. And she was just being mean. So that's why I looked up, I was meant to be here, and people are trying to
sabotage you?
Yeah, they're trying to keep me down, and I'm not going to do it because I was born one of 5, and I'm not perfect, and I make mistakes. And I had 10 emails from people like, you're not my blah, blah, blah. She was they were like, ah. But anyways, but in the dream, I was like, hey, you need to chill out. I was yelling at her back because she was yelling at me. It was a mistake. Everybody make mistake. And I was meant to be here because I was one of 5. Again, and I'm 5. So you can't make. And then last night I started crying because I sent in my thing to graduate, and they said that I'm in the wrong program and that I need to switch back, and the deadline to apply for graduation is March 1st. And so I talked to my advisor lady, and she's trying to figure it out. And then they're like, what program are you in? And I was like, I'm in this program. And then the other person that does like the paperwork, and she's like, well, I'm gonna have to talk to you. I don't know what program you're in. I'm confused. I'm like, I'm in this program. Just put it that I'm in this program. And I was like, and then I kept thinking, what if I don't graduate? Because, I did this thing way early before The actual due date was January 29th, but I didn't know that because my advisor.
That's my birthday.
But
anyway, and then?
Well, my advisor retired, and so I wasn't sure. Like I was waiting for my new advisor to reach out to me to kind of guide me, but I guess I'm supposed to do this all on my own. And I should have looked at the deadlines, like at the beginning of January, but.
That's true, homie. But at the same time, I think it's going to be all right.
But then I told my professor lady, I was like, I told her I'm going to graduate. And she's like, yes, you are. And I talked to her again. She's like, you said it. You're going to graduate. So you're going to graduate. I said it out loud and I put it in the universe. And I was just so frustrated from everything. I just started crying because I'm like, well, if this doesn't go through and I don't get like that, but she said she was going to do everything she could to make sure I graduated because I thought it was all done. It's because I think that professor that retired didn't do her job with me, and then she just split, and she didn't tell the other advisor. So I don't know. It was just frustrating.
One time I took a class and it was the hardest class I've taken. Well, when it comes to my degree, and I didn't pass, but then I learned that like 40%, 50% of the class didn't pass. And then the teacher like sent out some information. I tried to work with him, but he was super rude and he's all like, that doesn't qualify. And I'm like, okay, so what the fuck do you want me to do? And I dropped it for a bit, but then I went back like you to be like, hey, how can I go back to this, whatever happened at the end here to keep going so I don't have to go back, like where can I pick up pretty much, right? To finish my degree. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, contact the teacher and see if he can work with you. So I did. And they told me he had gone to the hospital. So I was like, okay, what does that mean? But long story less long, he died.
Oh my gosh.
So I wasn't able to fix anything. So I had to retake the class.
Oh man.
I don't mean to laugh. He was a fucking jerk and asshole. And I'm not saying that's why it's okay that I laugh. I'm just saying things happen in a crazy way. And, I didn't mean to laugh.
No, I just thought of, what's his face that died of cancer? What's his name? Did we already talk about this?
How many people have died of cancer? What do you mean? Who?
The dude that got a Purple Heart or some kind of recognition. The political dude. What's his name?
Good person or a bad person?
He's bad. He's Trump's.
Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
See, you just gotta say shit, Loris.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff on TikTok saying, "Oh, Rush Limbaugh died," and they're like, "Oh, sorry," and like really sarcastic, like he was a jerk.
You know what I see a lot of TikTok is a lot of talk about people that they had no idea how bad they are, and they kind of like think it's funny, and they actually were really bad people. I don't know if you remember last podcast, I read a couple quotes like he said that pretty fucking awful, but you said something earlier, and I didn't want to get, because you said it really early in the podcast, I didn't want to get into it, but it's something that I've been thinking about that I've just been looking into lately. On what was it, that Saturday that TLC had a Black History movie day, all marathoning, So I marathoned that shit. And among those were Malcolm X and stuff. And I know from just outside of the movie that part of history is not taught in school, especially not especially, but like Black African Americans should know that part of their history,
Yeah.
And And I was just talking to, and maybe this is a super deep topic, and we just like, I just want to bring it up real quick, but it just made me think of like, do you remember on Martin Luther King Day when I told you that it was either his daughter or his granddaughter that was like, don't post things about my dad or my grandpa because back then you hated him. But anyway, just watching the movie, and I have the book, and I just really like need to like get to the book without stopping, because I get to like chapters and chapters, of Malcolm X. But how, and this is super controversial, and that's why I'm saying we don't have to make a big deal out of it. This is just on my mind, and I fucking have word vomit. How Martin Luther King is known that he was a womanizer, that he had women, and probably that they got pregnant, and there's a lot of stuff that we know, even to the point that there's some sketchy shit that is pretty fucking awful that's still under his name, that it hasn't been proven wrong or right or whatever. Anyway, Malcolm X, being a Muslim, his wife was the only one, and he even like stopped fucking with white girls, after he became a Muslim, because it was like, no, I'm a black man, I should do this. So he lived by the law of being a Muslim under Elijah Muhammad, though nobody like sent death threats at me or anything, but like it's known that Elijah Muhammad had like mistresses and stuff, or like women that had kids, and his kids. So how, I'm just so conflicted of how, thinking about that post of Martin Luther King's daughter or granddaughter or whatever it was, how different they are, and why do people and why are you taught to hate Malcolm? And it's my of course, like Martin Luther King conformed to the white man's religion, Christianity. So maybe that's a part of it, but, and being a Muslim or whatever, but isn't that crazy? Like how he was actually a good man. And how that letter came out that the wife was complaining that she wasn't being satisfied by Malcolm, and he wrote the letter to Elijah Muhammad. And that's kind of like, so not only was he not womanizing other women, he wasn't even fucking his bitch, because he was so into the cause of what he was doing in life. So I just feel like this is like a person that, so it was in our lifetime that we started celebrating Martin Luther King Day, Junior Day, right? Mm-hmm. So to me, I'm just thinking like, how much longer until we realize what Malcolm X did? Like, what's so scary about him? Is it the name? Like at this point, we know you can look like, there's a movie, there's a autobiography, or not a biography, like there's there's all this work and proof of all this stuff. When do we stop categorizing him as like a bad person? Like at this point, the Black Panthers are not even looked at the way that they used to be looked at when I first came here to the US, oh my gosh, the bad, oh my God, look at those terrorists, And so right now, we even look at the Black Panthers differently. When are we going to start realizing what Malcolm X actually really did? Because it was a lot.
Yeah, and I think the white devils just demonized the Black Panthers because, well, they demonize now the Antifa movement. They call them, they're inciting riots, and really, I think they're peaceful. It's the police and these.
Remember those videos with the people that were leaving the bricks on the corners?
Yeah,
it's a lot of stuff that again, we don't want to talk too much into it because we don't want to have our lives threatened or shit. Like Lauricia and I don't have the type of money that can afford that type of lifestyle that your life is threatened for the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
And not to defend Trump or anything, but there's people that aren't terrorists, that
100%, bro. Yeah.
But
Not everybody that's a Trump supporter is actually a bad person, bro.
Yeah, I think they're just misinformed
And I hate to say
because you have
that.
these rallies.
I hate to say that because now I'm regretting saying it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, they're totally misinformed by, well, the media. And
can we call them
allow
uneducated?
themselves-
No, right? Because they're not all of them uneducated.
Well, there's so many variables. I mean, there's some educated people,
Like
and there's a lot of uneducated people.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't want to even say that, but I mean, they're just, well, I think maybe they just go like a lot of it's a conservative thing because of the abortion thing, because Trump was, they really believe that, you know. Yeah.
That's the funny part, huh? That's really funny. And funny in the Alanis Morris said, isn't it ironic when it's not, but it is, but it's not, but it is? You know what I mean? That he was so not who he pretended to be for.
I'm
you know
sure
what I mean?
Paid a lot of women to get an abortion.
Oh God, good Lord, bro. I'm pretty sure with like that what was it called? What was that? The second day pill? What is it called? The next day pill? I'm pretty sure he was so excited when that shit came along. Like, oh my God. So you mean to tell me that now I could do whatever the fuck I want as long as I buy this bitch this next Plan B or whatever that thing is called the next morning, and she'll be fine? Are you mean to tell me that's all I have to do? Hell yeah. Like the people, like, I'm pretty sure he had a system going already where he didn't even have to chance it, because I know guys like on a very, very friendly basis where they have told me a lot of stuff that they had a plan already of how it worked. I can only imagine that a fucking person that considers himself or tries to pretend that he's a millionaire, because we all know he was sketchy and he didn't really actually own anything. It was just like assets that white people own, but not really. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're rich, but like, what do they really own? And then when it comes down to it, like, let's say that right now they like the Cheeto, they're like, oh, they're gonna take his shit. What are they gonna take, bro? He really, like, literally, compared to what he pretends to be worth, doesn't really own that much. But anyway, I don't know why we're talking about this. This is boring, probably to the
But no, you know what? I was listening to TikTok and this woman was saying, why isn't a fetus a baby? Why don't they start collecting, like, you know, stuff? Because if the fetus is a baby, when they are pregnant, why don't they get like tax deductions? Or it's not, or why is it not a baby when it's a fetus? Why can't they oh man, I can't remember what shit, but it was just really like, you know, if a fetus is a baby, then why doesn't it have rights as like a person? You know, it was really compelling to hear that, you know. But it's only at the end she said it's really just people trying to control women's bodies.
Interesting.
Sorry. I just love your facial expressions.
What was it?
You're just like, interesting.
Well, did you see the Giuliani? He was on a podcast and he was talking about, they were asking him about the whole Rush Limbaugh situation, and he's like, the podcast was about to end, And he's all like, do you have time for a funny story? And he starts telling it what he thought was a funny story. And he was talking about that golfer, that lady golfer, Michelle Way or something. And he was talking about how him and Rush Limbaugh was like golfing or whatever, and then at one point all kinds of paparazzi or like all kinds of people were like taking pictures, and he was telling him, hey, it's not us, it's not you and I, it's actually her, because, and then he's all, she bent over and we, you know, her panties were showing. should I have not said that live? And the dude was all like, well, you already said it, so. But it's like, oh, bro, do you know who she is?
No.
The golfer, Michelle Way. I don't know how to spell her. Hold on, Michelle Way. Michelle Way. I don't know how to. Okay, hold on.
I don't follow golf.
Me neither. But that story was fucking ratchet. It was on ESPN, bro. Because so this is her. And they're like, yeah, you know, she's an attractive woman and shit. Like, this is her.
Oh, okay.
You know? And they say she's really tall. She's a really tall woman. So when she bends over to get a ball or something, she's so tall that to us, like, her crutch is probably, like, up here and shit, you know? So he was just saying, like, everybody was taking pictures. But he said, even, like, just him saying the word panties, they were looking at her panties. Oh, bro, he's so gross, bro. Why does he, like, the podcast was over. Why did he even have to say that shit? But he said it, and it's like, it just proves how fucking disgusting you are, bro.
Yeah, ever since I saw that, where he's doing that interview.
Oh,
his daughter? Yeah, Borat.
Yeah, that shit was gross. Yeah.
Ugh.
But anyway, Johnson & Johnson said apparently has a new vaccine that has been approved, and it's a one-shot deal. It's not like the two-shotter, so we'll see how that works. What else do I have? All-Star Game, remember? I think I talked about it like a couple weeks ago. I thought it was happening like last week, and it happens during like close to March Madness. I don't know what I was thinking, but so All-Star Game, I believe it happens on the weekend of the 7th or something. What else? Shout out to Tiger Woods. Hope, you know, like, shit was crazy. Hopefully he's good. And Bobby Shmurda came home. Hey, so do you remember like the video, like when he threw like the cat? About a week ago. They're like the hat finally came back down. You know? So shout out to Bobby Shmurda.
A week ago, I was in jail. Now I'm out.
Support Bobby Shmurda the way that those fucking ratchet ass people supported that rat ass motherfucking rainbow hair cunt, which hurts my heart and soul because he's Mexican, but fuck that bitch. Support Bobby Shmurda. Shout out to Bobby Shmurda, because it's like you give all that clout to all this like this fucking rat, and you're not to someone that actually held it together for his people. Shit, man. So shout out to Bobby, and we'll see what comes with that, because Pop Smoke, which is another. I don't know why I get so emotional about Pop Smoke. You know, I really liked him, and it was kind of like, you know, when he died, it was crazy, but I guess he has a song with him. So now that he's out of jail, they're going to put the song out, and now that's crazy. We've been waiting for Pop Smoke to decide to put the song out, because Bobby Shmurda was in jail. Pop Smoke gets murdered, and now Bobby Shmurda gets out of jail and is putting the song out. I don't know if that's the way it worked. Again, IO Cats and Kittens from the East Coast, you could probably be correcting me, but if you don't, then I'm going to run with this.
Well, just correct us, you know, or
else I'll run with this truth. And that's the way that I knew the story.
Give us free stuff or buy some merch from us. That we don't have any merch, but
we have plenty of stuff. Shout out to Sheen.
Sheehan.
Winery. I'm a member, so I get my wine
You
every
said member.
member.
You have a member.
I'm a member. I have a membership, and I get my wine. And this time they sent this one that I didn't think I was gonna like because it's white, and I usually don't go for the white wine. And it's just 2019 Chardonnay. It's fucking tasty, bro. It's really yummy.
I went to Sprouts because I'm like, I'm going to eat healthy after I got McDonald's. And I'm like, got some Russell Sprouts.
Russell Wilson Sprouts.
I got some, like, I was going to make sushi and put avocado and tilapia and vegetables and then roll it. I got the sheets of nori, like the seaweed. So I ordered fucking McDonald's. So
shit, bro.
And I meant to get red wine just to, because I haven't had red wine in a long time. But I got the Pinot. But I was like, wait a minute. I think because it was on sale. It was only like this bottle. It's like Tisdale wine. It's only $3.99 at Sprouts.
I've seen it.
And I think they have a Sauvignon Blanc or just the red wine. But I totally like spaced it out. So now I'm like, man, I wish grocery stores would deliver wine. The fuck?
Yeah, I wish Total Wine would deliver.
Oh, that would be
I'd be willing to pay, you know?
Stupid Flaviar.
Oh, I put that shit on hold, bro.
Yeah, I did too, because, dude.
I'm not going to go back, I think, until April. But anyway, this is boring. What else happened, bro?
I thought the red wine story was funny.
No, me thinking about my Flaviar membership, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to cry now.
Not about to tell you about my Flaviar, like what's going on with my membership.
I think you said I was boring because I went to Sprouts or something.
Oh no,
I'm gonna cry.
Of course not, homie. Don't cry. I told you I had a lime story too. I order way too many limes than what I'm used to, even though I'm gonna use them all, but it just happened in a weird way. Like I order limes, they only bring me a certain amount, and I'm just like, I'm not happy. And then so now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna double down on it. And it happened. Oh, it's just like I have to get more. I'm getting this weird thing where, like, I don't know. In Mexico, sometimes, like, let's say that your palm itches or something, and they're like, oh, you got to do this, right? So everything means something, right? It's just like Americans. Americans' names don't really mean anything. And our names are so deep, they mean so much. That's how I feel like. So I'm about to say, like, some Mexican gem that maybe not apply to Americans. But I'm carrying this weird twitch, I guess you can call it. And my Mexican people would probably be like, oh, somebody's talking about you, or somebody's like, and they'll immediately connect it to something. But I don't know what it is, but I'm getting this weird ass fucking twitch on the side of my fucking eye that anybody would tell me something's happening. So,
well, I know they say when your ears are ringing, that means someone's talking about you.
Yeah, kind of like one of those things. So
or if your palms itch, that means you're gonna be lucky to go to the casino.
No. See, in my culture, you got if they itch, you gotta scratch them with gold.
Oh.
Because if you don't scratch it with gold, then you'll just get whatever you scratch it with nothing, you'll get nothing. Anyway, bro, let's end this bitch. I don't have anything else.
You know what? I think maybe next time we would do it in person.
I think that's a great idea, bro.
I think we need to recharge
I've been asking you for fucking weeks. Yes, let's do it, bro. Let's do it. I think that's a great idea.
I did the COVID spit thing and it was negative. So
hey, you didn't tell us that. You should have started the podcast with that.
I thought I told you.
No.
I didn't tell you?
No.
Oh, my bad.
But that's good. Yeah. So let's do it, even though like I haven't taken it, but I'll wear a mask.
Nah.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. But anyway.
Or have a guest. Or have some guests. Because we
have guests. We have one guest lined up, I told you. So we'll ask Joel to come by because he's been, and I have a really good material. I have a couple of questions for W, and they're like Jew things. So I have a couple of questions for Joel now. So I think it'll be funny. So maybe next podcast we do what's it called? Guest podcast, you guys. Eesh, yes. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I am 50 Food Peaches.
They're easy.
Hey, in the house. And we are the Bodega Cast. This is Crochet Bernie. And he's here. The healthcare is not a choice. It's not a privilege.
Don't let corporations buy your business. We have to get rid of the money that's going to the 1%. There's no middle class. We need to fight. We need to have, oh crap. I just broke his leg.
Hey, Gorilla Glue it, just don't put it on your head.